and welcome to the APMA podcast. We're back to full strength today, as you can see, and hopefully hear if you listen to this. Dan and Jordan are here. Hope you're doing well, lads.
Hola.
Good, all good. I have to ask, Loz, has the scaffolding? Is it all good? Is it all done?
Is it? Fuck. If you just a quick plug, if you
this is brought to you by the scaffolding company.
If you were a member of the channel, you could see. Not see. I haven't documented it all, but I have talked about how the recent weather has affected what's gone on. But essentially, like, it needs more work now because of the weather. So the scaffolding at the front is gone because it had to go because you have to have a permit because we're on a public footpath. It's only allowed there for a certain amount of time, so I'd take it down. But the scaffold at the back is still up, and that's where the work needs to be done. So yeah, we got a little bit of extra time added on that. I think they started it in early October. So what's it now? It's 9th of November. So yeah. Cheers, Storm Kieran.
I love that. I can imagine the storm, and then the scaffolders coming in early the next morning just with like hammers and chisels and smashing it. Mate, have you seen what the
storm's done?
The storm, that looks like a chisel. Nah, the storm, mate.
100% the storm. Yeah. They're so quick. They come in, they have like a rave because they bring like a boombox with them and blast out
fucking hell
the most offensive music going. Just hear like ratchet guns and shit going off, poles being slammed on the floor, like a couple of hours in absolute chaos, and then they're just gone. And he's like, what was that? It was like almost a storm itself. To be honest. But yeah, there's a little bit more work to be done, unfortunately. But by the end of the year, fingers crossed, that'll be done. Yeah, that's set me back a little bit because our garden looks awful with the scaffolding and all the like materials and stuff still in there. But yeah, hopefully by the new year done. But yeah, and I don't want to hear any more about it after that. It's been such an ordeal. Like just getting everything lined up and even getting people to come over and do quotes. Like I've said in the VIP podcast, I don't want to drag tradesmen. I was like, one of them never even showed up after multiple times saying, yeah, I'll come round. It's like, if you're going to do it, just ghost me the first time. The second guy came round, gave us a quote, and he's the one who is doing it now. And then the third guys, they turned up, they looked at the property, and then they just didn't give us a quote. So I was like, you came round and did the most difficult part that probably put you out of your time, and you didn't take the quote until I chose the guy that did turn up. And then they obviously they went, oh, do you want that quote still? So, well, about 3 weeks ago, mate, but all right. Yeah, it's a nightmare. But yeah, I'm sure not all tradies are that bad. All right. Just want to put that out there. I don't want to get fucking marked by the tradies.
Roofers and stuff are in demand. I had a tile come off my roof, and that was it was tricky getting hold of someone. And the same kind of thing. I had one guy, and he WhatsApped me, and then it was a picture of him holding a gun, and I was like, it was a farm gun. But still, I was still like, and then and then I sent him some pictures. He just didn't answer back, and then I was like, "Oh, can you do any time next week?" And I think he just texted back, "No," and I was like, "Okay, that's amazing." And luckily, shout out to an absolute legend of a roofer, my dad's mate. He come along, mate, and he's straight up there. He got the tile, fixed it. Didn't charge me a lot. Like, it's really cheap for what I did. So like, there's good guys out there. People are just busy, aren't they? They're just busy, and it's like, you know, you're going to prioritize a 10 grand job for a roof that you're doing rather than one. I do get it, but it's just funny, isn't it? Sometimes the reply you get.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not always going to have an abundance of work.
Exactly.
You know, and then all of a sudden, all those people that you just pissed off because you couldn't be asked, it's like,
Yeah.
So be careful.
if the first guy who never turned up after agreeing to meet us twice, I would have just personally been absolutely fine if he just went, no, you don't have to be nasty with it. But it's like, yeah, your property's just not. I've got a lot of work on. It's just not worth what I'm doing at the moment. I'll be like, well, fine, I'll move on to the next person. But if he just like says, yeah, I'll be there this day, this time, and then we're like, yeah, he ain't turned up again. Then we're like, okay, brilliant stuff, fantastic. But yeah, this tradies, a mixed bag. But you get some good ones, some bad ones, and some who never turn up anyway. So it's all right.
That's it.
Yeah. Talking about jobs, my plan to talk about like the worst first days in new jobs. I know I've got a couple of stories.
I've got a great story, not personally, but someone I went to school with. Brilliant story.
Wow.
That
And if
McDonald's.
they're a McDonald's,
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm sure they'll be happy to know that you're talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? Before I say that story later on in the pod, I just got to say, I don't know if you've had the Philly cheese stack.
Yeah.
What a burger.
Yeah, that is probably one of the best things they've ever brung out like as a seasonal thing.
Yeah, it is actually exceptional. I was like, whoa. It lives up to the hype that I have heard about it.
We've stepped up the game now. It's all right.
Yeah.
They might even bring like the fucking breakfast wraps, maybe.
Have you tried it, Dan?
I haven't tried it. No, it sounds good.
It's leaving this month. That's why I went and tried it yesterday. I was like, oh, I better have a little bit. And it is very good.
Nice. That's making me hungry, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it's very good.
Do recommend if you are in any way, shape, or form interested in McDonald's, give it a try.
Give it a try for sure.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the worst first days in new jobs. Like I say, I've got a story. I'm pretty sure I talked about this one before, and it's kind of Jordan's fault. So,
oh yeah.
I guess as we started with McDonald's, do you mind talking about the McDonald's one first, just because?
Yeah, sure. So a school friend of mine, I don't know the ins and outs like of his situation, but like we all went to college, and he just wasn't interested, and that was before like you had to like I think you have to go now, like you have to stay until 18. That was before that. So he was like, I'm just going to get a job, and I think he's doing great now. I think he's in like IT in some shape or form, or I think along those lines. But anyway, he decided to apply for McDonald's, right? And they gave him the job, and he lasted less than 1 day. To be fair to him, I totally get it. So his first day, toilets, someone took a shit on the floor.
Oh.
So they decided that the new guy was going to go and clean it up. And he just told them to go fuck themselves and walked out. And he didn't even last a day at McDonald's. But I do think that like, good for you, man. Because that is, don't get me wrong, I don't think anyone should have to clean shit up off the floor, no matter what you work in. But don't do like, oh, let's get the fucking new kid to do it. Like, come on, man. 16-year-old kid, they just think, oh, yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah.
That's
the initiation.
Yeah, that was I'd say that is a pretty exceptionally bad day for a first day on the job.
Yeah. You hear some right horror stories from McDonald's, like especially where I live. There's one on a road called Regent Road in central Yarmouth, and that is bad.
Is that the bus stop place?
Yeah, near the bus station, right?
Yeah,
it's that bad that they have to employ security guards for Friday, Saturday,
exceptional.
Like bouncers on the door, like checking IDs and shit. I don't know what for, but they're checking IDs. Yeah, it's that bad. But yeah, I remember there was one story where they said that a guy had like shot up or something in the toilets, and like the just general staff had to just deal with this guy who's ODing in the toilet. It's like maybe the first thing you do is just call an ambulance, but that's just me. I know they obviously did straight afterwards, but to send like it would have been like a low member of staff as well, like probably someone really young. But I would sort that guy out.
Yeah,
drag him out front.
Floor.
Yeah, it's terrible.
People want to use the lavs. Yeah, I bet McDonald's see some things, man.
Oh, especially town centre McDonald's. My God,
Yeah.
my God. But even the drive-throughs, you probably get some steaks in there as well,
Yeah.
especially like on the forecourts, like petrol stations and that.
Yeah.
I've got a funny lavatory one of a friend. I think I might have told it before, but I can't recall, so I'll tell it again. There's a big club in Newcastle. It's called the Boat, or it was on
Right.
an old boat just sat there, and they turned it into a club. It's
Oh,
all,
that's sick.
Nice.
yeah. I mean, it was sick when it first came out, and then it just got minging. It was
Right.
like cheap drinks, just like sit
Yeah.
on the floor. It was a dive. You probably can Google it. There's some pictures somewhere. Like, it started off nice, but yeah, obviously it wasn't ever moving. It just all got old quite quick. But anyways, he was working there, kind of same thing, first night on the job, whatever, and he got asked to do the toilets and clean the toilet, and one of the supervisors said, "Can you go into the women's toilets and clean out the sanitary box?"
Yeah.
So he was like, "We've never done it before." So he went in, and he's telling me this story, and he like opened it up, and he was just like tipping them all out into the bin, and like all the all the stuff
Oh,
out.
wow.
So all the all the bits were coming out, all the sanitary jars of blood, and he was like tipping it all. And then and when the supervisor come up about half an hour, they were like, "What are you doing?" And he wasn't supposed to empty it; he was supposed to like pull it out. It's like sealed, but he'd messed it up and took it out the wrong way, and just started to empty it into the other bin. And he shouldn't have been opening or touching it at all, so he had just mess everywhere. Just made me laugh. Quite funny.
Man.
Always ask.
Yeah. Always ask. When I was a PT at the gym, we used a guy would come around. I think you see the vans. I think it's like PhD or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they come around and they collect them. And I was sat. To be fair to the guy, he was right. I was bored. I was sat on the reception, just sort of like staring out into space. And he just came in, and he was just sort of like, "Fuck, your job looks boring." And I just thought to myself, I was like, "Mate, you clean sanitary bins for a living. Like, fair play.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to work, but like, you're having a pop at me.
Yeah.
Like, man, you're here to pick up sanitary towels, man."
That's like some fucking elite level projecting right there.
Maybe he just loved it. Maybe like he was just like, "I love doing this, and I'm just the happiest man ever."
He could. Hey, if that's what works for him, fair
He was
play,
taking the fucking shit home.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Framing it.
He was a funny looking little dude as well.
Yeah, it's funny when people attack you in it for no reason. You just like catches you off guard. You're like, "Hang on a minute."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like there was another guy. He was a member there, and it was winter, and I struggle. Basically, I tan really well, but in the winter, I'm already going like very pale. I go really pale, and one of the fucking members just come in, and he just went, "Fucking hell, you look ill." I was like, "Cheers, mate." I'm not. So
You should have just gone, "Mate, stage 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was going to say. She's like, stage 4 to feel now.
yeah,
Thanks."
go away.
Disgusting.
Start crying.
But yeah, savage place.
That
Savage
is-
place. But
Wow.
but yeah, he used to make me laugh. The other guy, sorry, the like sanitary towel man, because he like I wasn't judging or anything, but he was a peculiar looking man. He resembled like a little gremlin, and he'd just come in and he'd take the sanitary towels away, and it's just so funny. Like, this little gremlin man comes in and he takes away the bins.
Yeah.
Bless him. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's
You
thriving.
might just do it to everyone. Just be like, "Do you know what? Attack mode. Like, first
Yeah.
form.
Maybe he does it for a laugh because he knows.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. The
I'm
bad.
the sanitary towel guy, so I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
He's meta as fuck, really, isn't he?
yeah.
Let's be honest. He probably don't even charge.
Yogurt man.
He just takes it away.
I just take him
Yeah.
away.
No, it's funny.
I think I've. What did you say the name of that boat was, Dan?
Oh, something rings a bell with like Tuxedo or something.
Tuxedo Royale.
Yes, right, Royale. Yeah.
Right. This is the current state of it.
Oh wow.
That's fucked.
It's sinking.
Yeah, I mean that was you get to that like that, you know, that would be like club ready. So that,
Wow.
imagine
Yeah.
I'm just imagine the sanitary towels in there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, what's floating on?
But
Jesus Christ. I mean, that was 2015, that photograph, so that might even be not there anymore.
it started off well, but it just I think I went there once and it was not great. Very
The
strange.
concept is brilliant.
The
but the
concept,
execution.
yeah. I
Not
mean,
the
it
one.
wasn't. They didn't have, you know, like the Virgin Elite stuff on there that were like stripping it all down and getting stuff on and off. It was just rotting away pretty much
Man.
the inside out.
It's not what you
Needs a
That'll
lick of
do it.
paint, that's for sure.
If Carlsberg did boats, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would look like that.
They want their fucking name off that pretty quick, don't they?
Yeah, the tuxedo Royale. Yeah, you did not have to wear a tuxedo there, that was for sure.
In fact, you were turned away.
Yeah,
If you did.
yeah, you're overdressed.
Jesus Christ.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I was like, this boat does not sound how you're describing when I was looking at it a second ago.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, when you said that, I thought, what a fucking cool idea, man.
Yeah, it does sound good. I mean, when I heard of it, I was like, I'm definitely going there. And then I was like, oh man, if you just think of like you know, those proper dingy nightclubs that are just like hanging on, it was pretty much that.
Yeah.
It's like throw your drink on the floor on the carpet and
You walk in, sticky floor.
yeah, sticky.
Fuck.
The fucking, what is it? I think it's called, man, that's how long ago it was. The LCR, it's at the UEA. It's like the in-house student nightclub bit. Fuck. And they do sometimes do gigs there and that, but man, the floor is just sticky. Like just for the love of God, someone put a mop down. Like what is going on?
Yeah, no one's ever mopped it up there. They might mop once a month.
Yeah, areas of the waterfront can be like that as well.
Yeah,
they're downstairs.
Yeah,
fucking hell. Just you can feel your shoe just coming off.
Yeah, literally like you're peeling it off the floor every time.
Rank.
Oh,
yeah, you don't want to fucking think about that.
No.
But yeah, my story. I have talked about it before, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if it was in a normal episode or it was a VIP one. I'm pretty sure it's a normal one, to be honest. But yeah, we went to Reading.
Yeah, keep going because I have the thing here. Keep going. I'll be back.
That's it. Went to Reading one year. I think it was 2016. We went to Reading. Obviously, Reading is held at the end of August, so still like pretty much our prime summertime, really. So there's a lot of sun, and people are getting tanned, like Jordan.
Yep.
And some people don't wear enough sunscreen, you know, don't protect themselves well enough. So then they need something called after sun.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jordan couldn't get his back one day because, you know, we are limited to our range of motion. So he asked me to rub it into his back. And I did. And it's just important to preference this with saying that I was starting a new job literally 2 days after. Right. So I'm rubbing it into his back. Yeah, a couple of minutes, I'm done. And I'm like, cool. That'll just, you know, if I get burnt on my hands, that'll protect me now. Cool. I'm all good. All right. Little did I know, it's actually got a tanning agent in it, which Jordan didn't tell me about.
Yeah.
I just left it on my hands for the entire time. It just literally soaked in. And then
can we just appreciate it? Even says on the back, wash hands after each application.
Who needs instructions?
Mate, I fucking double dipped on that bitch. I didn't just do I put fucking 2 lots on my hand.
Yeah.
So,
you did a Ross.
Yeah, I fucking dipped and dabbed on that. Jesus Christ.
So funny. Your hands were so orange, man.
They were orange by the end of the day.
So
and it only got worse. Like, it got worse the next day. And then by that time, we were leaving, and I was starting the job the following day.
Oh, man.
And,
did they say anything about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the problem was that the job that I was doing, although it wasn't like I'd have to use my hands for absolutely everything, it wasn't like a manual job. I was working on a phone shop.
I was going to say, was it the phone shop? Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
You can't really display a
use
phone.
your mobile phone.
You can't really do this.
Oh, have you got one less bright?
Yeah, you can't really be like, look, that's your phone.
Oh, no,
Why have you rolled your sleeve over your hand? No reason.
then I don't like it.
Yeah.
I
And
don't like the contrast.
I was dealing with people, to be honest, like it was in Bethel. So they were really old, most of the people. So they were kind of like having to get close to my hand. Like I was showing stuff on
To see.
my phone. They're like this. I'm like, I'm sorry, look, I just don't understand what's really going on right now. Why have I joined this fucking company to do this job with orange hands? Yeah, there was a few comments. I did get a few comments. The person training me up, he's like, "Oh, you got a bit of sunburn there." I was like, "Nope." That's not a tan, mate. Yeah,
So funny, man.
yeah, that
So
was
funny.
quite embarrassing. But yeah, I worked through it. You know, it took about a week to properly fade, like fully.
Yeah.
After, I'd probably say I washed my hands that week more than I did ever throughout COVID. And that's saying something.
Oh dear.
That's awful.
That's fucking funny though, man.
First day at a job. Well, I have learned, like, if I'm gonna start a new job after like a festival or a holiday, just to give it maybe a week.
Yeah.
Have the extra week
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Did I ever say about the double glazing company I work for?
Yeah. Yeah.
I crashed the.
Oh yeah, he crashed the
That
fucking
was
yeah.
quality, though.
And then didn't he come round to pick up the van or something?
Yeah, he came round the next day in the morning. I was at my nan's, and then I saw it overnight and it looked bad, and then I looked in the morning. And one wheel was straight and one wheel was like tucked in. Because I said I'd knocked the steering out, and then he came round and he had this other guy with
He
him.
fucking written it off.
He's like, "Not the steering, you fucking written it off." And he was like, "I can't, he's like, I can't drive that," and I was like, "I drove it," and he. And then he was fuming, mate. And you know, the thing is, mate, you know what like double glazing companies are like they're just a bit like. I wasn't too bothered because I was living with my nan, and like the that night I went out, we were just knocking on old people's doors, and like
Yeah.
the guy was just ruthless. He was just like, "Oh yeah, you know, we'll get her in, then we'll send the other guy in." He's like, "They don't
pressure
need,
him in.
he's like, "They don't even need it, to be honest." But you know,
Yeah.
I was like. I think mainly because I was living with my nan at the time, it just really.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. So, like, although, yeah, I just didn't really care about but he was just shocked, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go in. If you need anything, come and give me a knock. I was a bit of a cunt. But,
I think, to be honest, like getting the start of the admission that you kind of totaled the fucking van on purpose. Yeah. Just staying into
no, I really didn't. But I mean, you drive down a fucking dual carriageway the wrong way, then and hit an Audi. It's fucking so. I mean, the guy must have been like, well, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
It's one of those things you see on, like, you know, you see these like people driving down the motorway the wrong way. And you're like, no one does that. How can you be so stupid? It's like, yeah.
No, it happens. It happened to me.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah,
It's the best of us.
yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah,
To be fair, there's a couple of times I've been caught on the Aylsham Straight. Just to let everyone know, Aylsham Straight is literally a straight road, single carriageway, both ways. It's the only way out of Yarmouth to go towards Norwich, and it's just shit. The road is shit.
Do you know why they've never dual carriagewayed it?
There's a couple of reasons. I think one of them is something to do with newt in it.
Yeah, there is an endangered species of newt in the ditches.
That's
So
right.
just hundreds of people die on that road every year, but it's all right because the newts are okay.
Oh my god,
Mate, imagine if one of the cars like rolls over 25 times and happens to fucking squish a newt. That's a rank piece of reality there.
They just go to jail.
Yeah. Right, your family, obviously they didn't survive, but you being the only surviving member, you're going to prison because your family killed a newt.
Death of an endangered species.
But yeah, it's I've been caught out a few times on that road. So you get stuck behind someone who's going like 40 miles an hour, and you're like, "Come on, it's a fucking straight road,
Mm.
bro. There's like, all right, there's one bend in like 3/4 of the way up, but other than that, it's 2 large pieces of straight road.
Yeah.
And you're sat behind someone who's doing like 30, 40 miles an hour. You're gonna want to overtake.
Mhm.
Obviously, you want to do it preferably when there's no cars coming the other way. Sometimes it's hard to judge, especially at night for me, because I can see headlights. I don't really know how far away they are until I get level with the other car on the other side of the road. A couple of times there's been a bit.
Also, 3/4 of the way down from Yarmouth towards Acle, there's literally a blind spot where cars' headlights can dip below your level.
Yeah.
Never overtake at that bit.
See,
Yeah.
I always do. That's the bit I try.
Dyson.
No, I don't. I'm not.
Dyson with
I'm not a death wish. I'm not on that. But yeah, you do get caught out on that road. But it's strange because you get caught out on that road, and it's literally probably one of the safest roads to overtake on, just because it's fucking straight. But
yeah,
terrible. Well, anyway, we'll carry on with a few of the worst days at the job, new jobs. But this time we're going to talk about other people's ones. I've got a good one to start off with. Well, depends which way you look at it, I guess. There's not really any way you can look at this as being good, but so this guy here on screen. Anyone want to take a guess what his job was? What do you think by looking at him?
I mean, he looks
It
like
was his first day.
finance, don't he?
Yeah, it's like he started his first day in a new job, and it was just not a good time for anyone.
Marketing.
Yeah, some sort of spokesman in from obviously the picture standing up, some sort of like director or something, or someone in charge of something.
You could say he was a director.
Funeral.
He's a director of air traffic.
Oh God.
Your guess what day he started?
Oh no! Did it? Was it start on 9/11?
He started on 9/11.
Oh my goodness!
What a day to start.
That is awful.
In
I
New
don't know.
York, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like, I don't even know what time your shift would start, but that was like early.
Yeah.
When the first plane went in, that was early. So you get in, you're like, right, let's settle down.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit. Like that, you're completely, everything is just going to fall apart from there on in.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
That's horrific, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they had to ground every plane, didn't they?
Yeah, they grounded everything.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah. Because I just totally forgot that there was 4 planes that were hijacked that day, weren't there?
There was 4 planes, yeah.
Yeah, one hit two at the towers, one at the Pentagon, and another one they took back control, but it crashed in a field.
Yeah, crashed in the field.
Yeah. So just an absolute nightmare of trying to sort out all of that.
I mean, having one hijacking on is like, whoa. Then you're like, oh, there's 4.
Yeah.
There's 4.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. I'm writing the resignation letter now.
Did he stay in it?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Doesn't say. Just said this is Sliney's first day as head of air traffic control operations.
Not a great start, is it? Tenuous at best. It's not filling you with confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from the writer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's I can't remember the comedian's name who wrote this. There is a plug at the bottom, which I won't show because we're not being paid. So sorry about that. But yeah. This is that's as first days go, that's pretty bad. That's pretty
coffee machine.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, I will probably just say that's probably worse than having orange hands at a phone shop on the first day. Probably. No one can deny my experience.
That's just chaos, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is just utter chaos.
I think that is actually the face he made when he found out.
He got an ad there for hand washing as well, which is...
Oh yeah. Nice. The father of hand washing died a cruel death.
Loz's great-great-grandfather.
That's it. Bex in the chat actually says, Lozzie, should the fake tan mistake ever happen again, sugar and lemon juice works wonders.
I mean, preferably the information that it had like tanning agent in it would have been said to me at the time. Obviously, mistakes were made.
Yeah,
Mistakes were made.
I knew. I did know.
I was like,
Yeah, no mistakes were made.
literally none.
Full intention.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
So funny.
Disgusting. This next one, King Louis II of Portugal. Look at that. What an esteemed gentleman.
Jesus, looks about
He looks about 12. Yeah.
So hang on. So is this about his first day as king?
Yeah.
Would it be like he was invaded? I don't know.
No, worse. He was assassinated.
On his, he was king for a day.
Yeah, he was king for about 20 minutes, I think.
Oh mate.
Oh my word.
Right. I guess admittedly the day any monarch takes the throne is a bittersweet affair, since it's a requirement for the promotion that one of your relatives just died. Of course, I would think that the funeral being handed a bejeweled crown, a scepter, would raise your spirits at least an iota. I love that word, iota. Don't know why.
Yeah.
It can't hurt your self-worth either to know that this day you will fulfill your destiny and that you'll be basically guaranteed a spot in the history books. The length of your actual reign is not nearly as guaranteed, depending on all manner of variables, including your health, your level of inbreeding, brilliant, and how much everybody hates you. You might not be in office that long. When it comes to short reigns, at the top of the unfortunate list is Louis II of Portugal, who held his throne for only 20 excruciatingly painful minutes. The same successful assassination attempt that killed his father, Dom Carlos I, also left young Louis mortally wounded. Within the span of a single TV episode without commercials, he watched his father die, become the de facto king of Portugal, and then expired himself.
Right. So because his father died, he was then the king.
Yeah.
So I see. So he was murdered at the same time as his father.
Yeah.
Mad.
Technicalities, mate.
Do you know how?
No.
I'll have a look. Google. What was it? How? King Louis?
Yeah, Louis II of Portugal.
It was 1838. No, that was when he was born. 1889 was when he died. If this is the guy, is this the guy? Is this the guy? I'm not sure.
I'm hoping
this guy looks a lot older. Oof. Oh, that's Louis I. I want the second.
Plot twist, there is no Louis II.
Oh, here we go. Here he is. 1887 to 1908. Interesting. On the 1st of February 1908, Louis Philippe and his family were returning to Lisbon. Two members of a revolutionary society called Carbonaria shot at the royal family, hitting his father, King Carlos, himself and his younger brother. Carlos died immediately, while Louis lived for another 20 minutes. Manuel survived the attack, having only been shot in the arm, while the Queen was unharmed. Manuel succeeded to the throne as Manuel II. Louis is buried next to his father and forefathers. His younger brother, King Manuel II of Portugal, and his mother, Queen Maria, are buried opposite. And 2 years later, the monarchy under the reign of his surviving younger brother was overthrown in a military coup, and the Portuguese First Republic was established. It's not it's not so bad now.
No, yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, man.
Didn't last long, did they? You were
like if you were king, you were literally you had a target on your back constantly.
Same in ancient Rome. It was like they would, they would kill all the bloodline.
Yeah.
So it just wipe everyone out. It was brutal. So it's like, blessing and a curse to get into power, because it's like as soon as you kind of come into the end, or someone else is coming in, they're like, kill all your right hand men, kill all your family.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that was the mentality.
Mm.
Like that child who is like 5 years old has to perish because the bloodline stays with that person, so they actually have a rightful claim to the throne. But what about if they don't even know what's fucking going on, and you just
mate.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got a Daenerys, Queen of Dragons situation. You know what I mean? Rising up. Can't have that.
No.
Fair enough then.
Need to snuff it out.
Kill the 5-year-old. That's it.
It was brutal.
fucking brutal. I'm looking forward to that Joaquin Phoenix film with Napoleon.
Yes, yeah, it looks good. Man.
It's in the trailer and it's history. Because he was like the big fucking like commander general, wasn't he, of the army? And then he was like, well, hang on a minute. I'm literally fucking expanding this empire. Fuck you. And then just turned around and just took it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty gangster, to be fair.
Yeah. He was a bit of a ledge.
Yeah. Can't wait. Looks really cool. I
thought that. I like him as well.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is amazing, isn't he?
He's a great actor. I saw a video the other day just because we're talking about Joaquin Phoenix. You know the Joker when he punches that clock, like 5 to 10 times. Unscripted. Just walked in and went,
he's punched off the wall.
That fucking clock's getting it.
Yeah,
it did. It got it fucking good.
Yeah,
it's like, fuck, I fucking made that.
Yeah,
it weren't meant to withstand someone punching it 10 times. But all right, cheers, Joaquin. All right.
Brilliant for the movie.
He goes off script a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
He's a very unique actor. Even for like a method actor, I think he's unique.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's very little amount of actors who kind of have that much gravity when they actually play a role.
Yeah.
He's also the only person. Like, I'm very big, like, non-smoker. Never wanted to smoke anything like that. But for some reason, Joaquin Phoenix in that movie makes it look very cool, and it's just I don't know how he's done it. Oh dear!
Yeah. Oh, what's happened?
Oh, Dan's had to just leave us for a second.
I don't know what's happened there. Maybe it was the chat about was it Napoleon? Maybe she didn't like Napoleon.
Maybe. But the audio list, Dan's daughter's just come in with a few tears, so he's just had to go and do the dad thing. So we will take the reins.
Yeah, he's got to be a dad, you know. You can't just be left there with his child crying. We're not psychos. Well,
when he comes back, though, I am gonna, because I've always wondered with them Tough Mudder headbands. Has he done it 6 times?
Yeah, we have asked that between ourselves a couple of times, haven't we?
But never to him.
Yeah, probably ideal person to ask, really.
Yeah, I do want to know. But yeah, somehow I still don't smoke, and smoking isn't cool, guys. But I'm just saying, he somehow made smoking cool.
He does portray it as being cool.
Yeah, it's when he's sat on the sofa and he's like got his hand like above his head, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck. It's just that I was like, that's just so cool. How has he done that? That was cool. But we don't recommend it.
No, obviously. Not even vape. Right, don't vape either.
No.
Sorry, chaps.
That's all right. Dan, I have a question. I've been meaning to ask you. Have you done Tough Mudder 6 times?
No. That is I'm on my 5th time. So the blue at the bottom is just that one there. So I'm on my 5th.
Oh, I see. So you got the same one twice.
Yeah, same one twice. The 15,
right.
15k there, 10k, the 2, and then the 3, and then the spot on one there, the 21k.
Nice.
Jeez.
So, but yeah, I want the 10x band, so I'm gonna just keep doing them until I get the
nice, man.
Until I get that 10x one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, really random, but my my girlfriend's like auntie, 2 cousins, and their partners went up Snowden.
Oh, nice.
During the storm.
Oh, nice.
Week. And literally, right, one of my cousins sent us a video,
and they're at the top. I think they're at the top. It's just completely grey, and it's like,
Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah.
Because we were actually asked if we wanted to go, and I was just like, well, Dan said you shouldn't really go during the winter. I'm just going to go in April. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to fucking,
Yeah, it's not ideal in the winter. You just got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like so, you know, it's just you can get caught out, man. It does happen.
And they did. They did. I mean, that was that Storm Kieran. Like, then they were going up there, man. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
But they did the thing as well, that you did with
the
zip line thing.
Yeah.
Head first.
Yeah. I do like that. There's another thing up there called Honister Slate. I think it's like a slate mine. That's got loads of cool stuff to do, like climbing and jumps and different things.
Nice.
Yeah,
So the jobs.
Yeah, the jobs.
So the king he was king de facto for 20 minutes.
There's the last one I have here to talk about. I don't personally think it's that bad, but I think that's because I don't really like this company at the moment. Disney.
Right.
Not the current guy who's in charge of it. I think his name's Bob Iger.
Yeah.
The guy because Bob Iger was the head of Disney before, and then someone else took over, and then
they brought him back in, didn't they?
Yeah. His name was Bob, also this other guy, and he took over. I think it's February 2020.
Just as COVID
hit, and everyone's like, it's a pretty shit time
to the cinema.
Yeah, no films are really going to be in production for a while. None are coming out in cinema shortly after. So what'd you do? So yeah, that was the other job I wanted to talk about. But as for he probably got a good severance, didn't he? Probably did all right out of it for a little while.
Yeah,
but I think just because I don't actually remember the last Disney thing I watched that was actually good. They've had so many misses. Well, I was like, I just don't care. It's probably a bit harsh, but Mandalorian is probably the last.
I just looked. So Bob Iger was head of Disney from September 30th, 2005 to February 25th, 2020.
That's insane.
Then left.
Yeah.
And then come back November 20th, 2022 to present. But he's literally just like, yeah, nah.
A sabbatical. He literally took a sabbatical. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not ideal. I would say it's a very difficult time to take over, but at the same time, you ain't in the trenches with your hands orange, are you? Let's be honest, Bob. Let's be real here.
That's very true.
Yeah. One thing I did do on a job, it wasn't my first day, but in Australia, I used to work in the restaurant in a place called Broome. What's it called? Anyway, I worked at this like fancy restaurant. And I used to put food in my pockets and like eat it, and then I was skint and hungry, so I'd put like, if it was breakfast, I'd put a sausage in there or whatever. But then there was one time, it was in the evening, and and I decided to put a battered fish in my pocket with the intention of quickly putting it in my pocket, go to the toilet, eat it, and then sweet, I've had my dinner. Because people are like, sometimes they'd leave stuff, or the chef will bring it out in the wrong order or whatever. So there's this whole fish battered that I've come across. So I put it in my pocket, and I was like, well, I'll fucking set it up and I'll go to the toilet in a bit. And then one of the like managers come over, and the other bar they were struggling. So she sent me over to this bar. She's like, you got to stand there and help this other person, and who, I couldn't go up and stealing fish. So then I had this battered fish in my trouser pocket, and I just remember being about serving the drink, just trying to really hurry up to go to the toilet, and then all the grease just started coming. It did. I mean, luckily it didn't smell very bad or anything, but I had it in there for a good couple of hours. By the time I ate it, it wasn't. It was cold. It seeped into my trousers. Like, fish man.
That's horrendous.
Just the thought of you. Would you take a plate to the toilet to have it, or would you just fucking eat it?
Oh, that I was like caveman. Yeah, I did it a lot. I'd have because the place where we worked, they'd charge you. It was quite expensive. It was in the middle of nowhere, so they charged like $15 for like a breakfast or a meal. And I was like, and I saw all the food, like fresh fish, just cooked, and then they're just sending it back, and I didn't order, and I'm like, fucking, I'm not letting that go to waste. I'll have that. It'd only get chucked in the bin, so I was like, right, straight in the pocket. But I got caught out that time. Or like sometimes I'd have like a couple of sausages and if I was on the bar, I would like bend down and then like pretend to get a drink from the back, and then like be munching a sausage, or a shot in there. I'd have a little drink there, and I'd have a little shot with my head in the fridge.
Nice.
So I was pretty cool. So yeah, free food, free drink, like life was good. But yeah, just a whole battered fish was a bit extreme.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a stretch to think.
Yeah,
if that's all you got, that's all you got, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone a bit further and like maybe put a little bit of plastic lino in and started putting beans and that in there. But
Jesus, this guy's making a meal.
It's whole bits of meat. Yeah, just eat it. I didn't care.
They're so fucked up. How they just the first thought in their mind is right. It's been sent back in the bin.
Yeah, mate. There's the amount of food, steaks and that people chuck away, and and like when you're backpacking and you ain't got much money and you're hungry. I'm like, fucking, that's just, I'll have that. It's got a bite out of it. Kid didn't want it. That's all right. Just chop a bit off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's food, isn't it? It's like animals fucking don't care.
No, exactly.
That's it. I think what we'll do for the last 15, 20 minutes, we'll carry on with that game tier list.
Mm-hmm.
That always throws up a few people in the chat, especially if they really love Assassin's Creed. Then there's a couple of people who were absolutely fucking going mental.
Still living.
Yeah. I just never watched again. It's like, right, that's it. Fuck it. I ain't fucking dealing with this shit. Right, let's have a look at this tier list. I'm really hoping it saved it, because it normally does. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Right, so what did we have in here? Oh, the next one's Pokemon Emerald version. Jordan, have you played that?
I have, yeah. It's one of the best Pokemon games for sure.
Oof.
I think in like the fandom, I think it is pretty much top. I would say it is amazing because it is. I played it many, many times.
Amazing.
I would say that Pokemon Emerald is amazing.
Don't think I ever played Pokemon on the Advance. I think I only played it on the.
I also have a sickening story about Pokemon Emerald.
What's the sickening
So let's
story?
just have a look quickly, right? Just very quickly. eBay, right? Pokemon Emerald. Now, I know some of them will have the box. Yeah, so just the cartridge, right? First one, Bosch, new listing. Buy it now, 125 quid, right? That's what they tend to go for, around 100 quid-ish when it's all said and done. So when I was a kid, probably about 12, 13, I did a car boot with my mum, and I remember this like it was fucking yesterday. And this woman, she was one of the people that, as you're getting the stuff out of the car, they're like having a look, like they're like the hardcore ones. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, how much for that?" And I just said like 3 quid. So I sold my Pokemon Emerald, which is annoying because I have all of my other ones in there, like, and that's what's like missing. And yeah, I sold it for 3 quid.
Oh,
which is frustrating. But
you should always get your back up a little bit when people come round who have also got stalls there.
Yeah,
it's like, right, okay, you're obviously in the know. Something's going on. I'm not too sure. I'm going to withhold this for a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
God of War. Ashton already has said God of War has to be a masterpiece, one of the best games I've ever played. I've never played it, so not this one anyway. Have either of you guys
I've
played
never
it?
Played it, no. I've heard great things.
Yeah. I'm going to Kratos. So unfortunately, Ashton is going to go. Haven't tried the game, so yeah. Just don't be upset. We're not saying it's bad. Just don't admit played
I
it.
haven't tried it.
Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know if I like it as much as GTA 4, but I did like it.
Is that
I
San
don't
Andreas for? Or...
No, it's the latest one that's come out. But the thing is, they've released it like fucking 8 times because they've done like remasters and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one came out in 2013, so quite a long time ago.
Mm.
Did we? What did we?
I don't mind it, but it never grabbed. I prefer like the earlier ones personally.
Yeah. San
Yeah.
Andreas was.
San Andreas.
I used to play GTA 3 a lot.
Yeah. GTA.
Like my sister, because 7 years between me and my sister, and she still brings up to this day because fucking hell. So if I was probably about 13, 14, so she would have been 6 or 7. And she's always like, I remember when you used to play that game where you used to kill the hookers with a crowbar. It's just like, fucking, she was a child. I was a child.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking hell.
So funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's locked in people's thought patterns, isn't it?
So... Mate, I used to literally just put in the cheat code for the guns, go stand at the top of a multi-story and snipe people.
Yeah.
That's all I used to do.
Yeah, get as many police after as you could.
Yeah,
and that was the premise of the earlier games. It was like how many cop cars you could get.
Yeah,
that was the.
Yeah, and then you get the helicopters coming after you.
Didn't matter about the missions.
Nah, I loved it.
That was quality.
But yeah, San Andreas introduced BMXs, which was really cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
San Andreas just introduced a load of shit. Like you could go and to the gym and do multiple exercises. You could go do like you say bike races and shit. It was like, okay, cool. You could let him get really fat. You could make him really lean, really muscly. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
It was for that time it was next level, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think when you said you used to go on the top of a multi-story car park and just fucking snipe people.
Yeah.
Was it GTA 3 where if you like snipe them in the head, their head would just fly off and then it's just like have like blood come out of the neck centrally?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It was just like brilliant. Quality. And I think they did actually have a mode in the game called Rampage where you had like a certain amount of time to kill as many people as possible. Gaming.
But I also really loved the ones before that where it was fully top down 2D.
Yeah,
they were class.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah,
but then again, I did play them. Probably was like 7, so there's probably not a lot of games I could deal with very well at the age of 7.
Yeah,
but yeah, GTA 5. I think that's in. I'd say it's good. Maybe just. I'll
they got the next one coming out, or they're releasing a trailer very soon.
Yeah, for GTA 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 years since this obviously GTA 5.
Yeah, it's been on like 3 generations of console, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Insane.
Crazy.
Are you guys happy with it being in good?
Yeah. It's never really grabbed me.
Fuck it. I can never. Is this Horizon Zero Dawn? Yeah, it is. I've played this. Really good game.
Yeah.
I would say personally I'd put it in amazing. I really did enjoy it. It's kind of like society or civilization has kind of been lost. There's this couple of tribes that have survived, and now you've got like dinosaur robots roaming around. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And you can there's a whole different variations of weapons and bows you can use and arrows and shit to take them down. And different abilities you have. It's really cool. I'd definitely recommend it, especially if you've got just a PS4 lying around. And the game is probably dirt cheap to get. If not, it's probably free on the PlayStation Plus, I'd imagine. Subscription by now. I haven't played the second one because I haven't got a PS5, but this is the first one. I'd definitely recommend this one. So if neither of you guys have played this, I'm sticking it amazing.
I haven't played it, so you go for it.
Yeah, far in.
Banging it in there. Yakuza, I don't even know if I've played any Yakuza games. I've seen footage, but I've never played them.
No, I haven't either.
Right.
So,
Let's go in there. This looks like Injustice, but I don't know which one.
I think that's 2. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of them, to be fair. They're really cool, like Tekken, Mortal Kombat type, but with DC. And a pretty cool storyline as well.
Cool. So what do you reckon that one?
I think it's great, to be honest, because it's got like, obviously if you're into like Mortal Kombat or like Street Fighter or whatever, then they're improved because you're into them, so like the lore of the characters and stuff. But with something like this, it's Superman, it's Batman, like, so it's easier. Do you know what I mean? It's like a fighter, but you kind of already know the backstories and that.
Yeah.
So I think it's decent. I'll put it in probably great, to be honest.
Yeah, I've put it in great because I've not played it, so can't really have an opinion on that one. These next 2 games, Lego Star Wars and Lego's Indiana Jones, I feel like for me they're great for like half an hour, and then I'm like, I'm done with this.
yeah,
I'm done with the Lego shit. But I know people who like our mate Dan. He's played fucking shit tons of the Lego Star Wars games, and loves them. So there's definitely an audience for him, but it's just not for me. I'll put them in maybe like good at the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just because they do like, I think they do good stuff with the property that they're given. But then at the same time, they're following the fucking story of the films, so there's not really a lot of shit they can go wrong with there.
Yeah,
I'd put both of those in good personally. If there's any disagreements, say them now. Even in the chat, Ashton's be like, "Fuck off, the shit."
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah, going in there. Mario Kart 8.
Mario Karts are decent, aren't they?
Yeah, I haven't played that one,
Can't
but
go wrong.
you can't really go wrong with Mario Kart.
You might not have played it, but I can see it on the cover. I'd lay my life Rainbow Roads on there.
Yeah. I played it. We got it on the DS. I play it with the kids all the time. I love it.
Yeah,
It's just
you can't go wrong with
a game.
I think the original was just like game changing, and then that's got to be up there, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's never been a game like it where you could be fucking dead last, be lapped, and then just get a series of fucking power ups and absolutely storm the lead. It's amazing. What are we saying for that? Do you reckon?
I think they're great.
Yeah, stick it in great.
Yeah,
Great.
Lob it in great. Never played Mario Galaxy.
Oh, mate, Mario Galaxy is amazing.
What was it on? It looks like GameCube.
It was on Wii.
I was on Wii.
Yeah, it was really fucking good. I loved Mario Galaxy. It was awesome. Oh, if no one else has played it, I would like to put it in amazing, because it was amazing.
Well, I haven't played it, so I'll forego my opinion on it.
Really cool. And it was like really good use of like the nunchucks and stuff.
Like the nunchucks. Do you love a good use of nunchucks? I remember, what game was it? I think it was a Call of Duty. Might have been Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty 3 on the Wii. Was fucking abysmal. You wanted amazing, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember like trying to use it, and I was like, I can't shoot someone 2 yards in front of me because the motion, like, it was too precise. So every micro movement in my arm was being transferred onto screen. I'm like, this is going to be awful.
Yeah.
I just stick it on the lowest difficulty to get through the fucking tutorial. I've never felt more emasculated. Minecraft. You'd liked a bit of Minecraft, didn't you, back in the day?
I do. Minecraft's a game like I can pick up or put down, but when I pick it up, man, like I could go into like a Minecraft world for hours and just build shit. It's very relaxing, I feel. It's a very relaxing game.
Yeah.
And it's another one. It's a bit like Fortnite in a way. You know?
It's a huge game, isn't it?
Massively. Yeah, it's on every platform. I think it's even on mobile, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Like
Ashton's a fan. He's put easily top 3 game of all time.
The thing is, I don't think he's wrong. There's always something to do on it. Yeah, it's just, and it's, to me, I feel like if you just like building shit, like that game to me spans every age bracket. To be honest, like, because you can literally be like a 6-year-old, just, you know, or like an adult, just building some cool shit, and you can build some seriously cool shit. But yeah, I'd say it's great personally.
Okay. I mean, I haven't played a massive amount of it. I must say, I really only enjoy the creation only mode. I feel like having the survival mode on just gives me severe anxiety, like severe, because I just feel like the movement is just not made for combat in that game in any way.
Yeah, I know. I'm
just like, I'm like fucking looking like a pencil, just fucking walking around.
Yeah,
I would agree. The creation like bit of it, the actual building bit is amazing. Like you could just be lost in that for hours and hours, and just be lost for years, to be honest. So I'd happily put that in great.
Mm-hmm.
It's going in great.
Nice.
Sorry, Ashton. He's frothing at the mouth. Great. Monster Hunter World. I didn't know what that last word said. I've not played that. I don't think. I've watched people play it.
Monster. Yeah, I've played that. Oh, I think I've played that. I played one of them. It's probably an issue that a lot of people have with like games like World of Warcraft, funnily enough, which obviously I don't because I played World of Warcraft for so long. But basically, my issue with Monster Hunter, I love the world, I love the look. It was, you know, I love the concept, going out killing monsters and shit like that. For me, even as a seasoned MMO player, the fucking learning curve on all of the systems and stuff in that game, I was just like overwhelmed straight away, like holy shit, and so that kind of put me off.
That's it.
And because it's also on console as well, which to me is strange for an MMO. So I was playing on PlayStation because I think it was like a free PS Plus game 1 month, and so to do that as well is very confusing. But I know that it's incredibly popular. I think it's a lot more popular in Asia. But yeah, it's a really cool game. But fucking hell, is it hard to learn for me personally? So it's okay. Do you know what I mean? Because if it was, I know it's like, but if I don't think it's very new, unless I'm just a moron. I don't think it's very new player friendly.
That's it. Well, it's got going okay then, isn't it?
Yeah.
In there with good company.
Yeah.
We'll go until Pac-Man. I feel that's a nice one to end on. Pac-Man. Overcooked 2. Never.
I don't know that is.
No, I've got no idea.
I remember like cooking Mama on the DS and that, but I don't know what Overcooked is.
No, never
I
played.
haven't played and probably won't. That's a new category. Counter-Strike.
Whoa.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, it's one. There's a very passionate fan base, isn't there? It's like COD for people that are really good at video games.
Yeah.
Like,
is that the one with the guns?
Yeah. So terrorists versus is it literally terrorists versus counter terrorists?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, and you've got it's like a plant the bomb, it's like type game. But like the aiming and stuff is so precise. Like on PC, like when I played it, someone was trying to teach me because say like if you have like an AK-47, right?
Yeah.
The recoil will go up and then to the left. So when you shoot, you have to drag down and to the right to counteract.
Yeah.
And it's just very, very
like that.
intense and toxic, I think, is what Counter-Strike, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
That's it. I think I've played like one game and it just weren't happening. There's a game you're just not going to vibe with. For me, it's Counter-Strike.
I would like to controversially put Counter-Strike in horrible.
That's it.
Because the experience was horrible. So it's like,
See, Framo, he agrees. Counter-Strike is very toxic.
Yeah.
He did also say previously that never played God of War, ? Such a good game. So,
and then Ashton said, I played CSGO once, never had a worse experience in my life. There you go.
That's all right. It's going in horrible.
Yeah.
It's going in horrible.
Here we go. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. I'm guessing this is just Pac-Man and not. Was there any other iterations of Pac-Man? And there was like Miss Pac-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of little,
spin-offs.
Yeah, the original's the one in it.
Yeah. You got some Pac-Man lights in the background there, Dan?
That's it.
I have, yeah. It's one of those ones, isn't it? Yes. It's one of those ones that was it game changing at the time? Did it?
It definitely took the world by storm. It's something like
it was huge. It was so. If people still play it today.
Yeah,
it's a bit like Tetris.
Yeah, I agree. Ashton's just said, if Pac-Man isn't a masterpiece, we've got some serious issues on our hands here.
Yeah, I've got to go with that. In my opinion, it is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, although that, there's a little bit more to Pac-Man than what I'm going to say here. The next 3 along, you've got Pong there. Incredibly simple. But when it came, it was literally a game changer, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sort of paved the way. Same as
exactly.
It was paving the way for, if these forward steps hadn't have happened, we wouldn't be looking at some of these games that we are now.
Exactly. So I'm probably going to argue for Pong to be a masterpiece. I feel like Pac-Man has to be.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for still being relevant to today and people still playing it, still sits in arcades. You can play it in an arcade and people go, and how many games there could you stick in an arcade? And
exactly, and not many. And also commercially, it still has such outside of the game, the Pac-Man character and stuff.
Yeah. It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
like smiley faces, kind of almost.
Yeah. You can argue that emojis basically stemmed from Pac-Man.
Yeah.
No, I think Pac-Man is a masterpiece, and it's a cool place to pause.
Yeah. But just one question. I got it in the back of my head. Has Pac-Man ever had a film? Has there ever been a film with?
There was
a recent one. Yeah. Where it's like they'd come out. They come out the digital world into the real world. It's a big what's it called?
It's an Adam Sandler film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it? Fucking. I don't know if it's called Pixels or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think it was specifically a Pac-Man film, but Pac-Man is in it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
It's like the very the last 5-6 years. It's the very in thing is to the Sonic movies, fucking. Pikachu Detective seems to be the thing now is to bring video characters and video games to film.
Get a bit more money out of that IP.
That's it. So we're agreeing it's going to masterpiece, yeah?
Yeah.
Bang it. That's it.
Nice.
Well, I've made another dent.
Yeah.
The tier with the most games in it is the one we haven't tried, but you know what I mean? There's such a varied amount of different sorts of games in there, so
Great, yeah. The only thing I'm disappointed on that list is they've just skipped the Mega Drive generation. I feel like whoever did the list, there's no Mega Drive on there.
No, it doesn't look like this.
That hurts my soul.
You need to make one, Dan. Make a retro gaming one.
Yeah, retro. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
They got a few Super Nintendo ones, but
Yeah,
no.
I feel like they're Nintendo bias.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. Let's fuck this off. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's good. It's really good. I just the whole chunk of my childhood I've just fucking thrown in the bin, and I want to have lives.
What was that mobile game you like playing though? Is that on here? Is that Heyday? That looks like a mobile game.
There's a farming game I used to play. I think my kids play some games. I can like
Yeah, I
play
remember.
for 5 minutes and I can get addicted quite quick.
That made me die when you told us
I
that.
know.
You're like, I and my daughter wanted some help with this game, and now I'm level 28. Like, fucking, this is so
I spent about 200 quid on it. Fucking
Jeez.
up and doing all the stuff, and then it was like, oh, pay £3 extra. And I was like, well, I'm not going to spend 6 hours doing that. It's only only £3. And then so that was my mentality up to about 200 quid, and I was like, they fucking up here. Hang on a minute. Like, I've just spent more on this game than I would on a brand new game that come out.
Yeah.
So,
That was brilliant.
clever.
Their whole tactics were to get the young impressionable children to fucking steal their
Their parents in.
cars. And it's just you just dumping fucking 200 at a time.
I went there like, ooh.
No, they do get you though with the timeouts. Like, oh, you can't upgrade this until tomorrow.
Tricky, man.
You bastards.
Savage.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And we'll see you in the next one. Up the APMA. Bye bye for now.